And welcome back to Let's Play Jak and Daxter. Last time, we cleared up our business in the lost Precursor city over that-a-way, and now we only have one more main level for Rock Village to clear out. Boggy Swamp. This is probably my least favorite level in the game, not because it's really terrible, it's just kind of boring and really ugly looking, but we'll get into that when we get into it. I also have some exciting new things to talk about in this video, because I've been just studying up on speedruns for this game, and I learned about a little bit of movement tech that I didn't know about before. I'm not using the speedrun version of it that lets you get a ton of boosted momentum. And we're getting new mechanics here too. Yellow Eco. This is the third type of power-based eco. When Jak is powered up with Yellow Eco, he's going to shoot out fireballs from his hand over doing his dash punches. I want the Yellow Eco to expire because the dash punch is actually the mechanic I want to go over. If you've ever played Donkey Kong Country, you might know that you can roll off a ledge and then jump in midair while the roll animation is still happening. Jak and Daxter has something similar. When you do an dash punch, you can do an uppercut by pressing jump during the dash punch. So you can either do it very quickly, or you can wait until the end and get a little bit more momentum on it. But what's notable about this is while the dash punch animation is still going, and I want to get off of this, hopefully, yes, get right up there, you can, in fact, do an uppercut while you're already mid-air, which is pretty cool, so it does give you some interesting movement options coming off of ledges. I know there's a way you can do this that gives you a ton of extra vertical height and forward momentum, but I haven't really looked into the inputs for that, because it kind of leads to a lot of sequence breaks that probably were not intentional, so, they almost certainly were not intentional. So I like to try and give a more standardized experience for getting through a game. Something that's a little bit accurate to how somebody might be doing like their second or third playthrough when they're trying to optimize things a little bit. Not be so slow and lost when they're going through things. Over here... that's weird. Daxter normally says something there about the bats. Basically, these bats, you can either crawl under them, or you can do a long jump into them, take them out, or do a spin punch. But weirdly, they seem to be immune to Yellow Eco. They also pretty quickly repopulate, so definitely don't take them too lightly here. Let's take out this guy, get Blue Eco'd back up, and then take this Precursor launch pad back here. Now we just want to get back onto that dock over there and use the Blue Eco charge to get some of these Precursor orbs brought in. Whoa, 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 whoops.
Maybe we can dock the bats.
There we go, that's what I was waiting for him to say, and I just took a bunch of hits there. That's not too big a deal in this level, though. In comparison to the Lost Precursor City, as you can see, we've got these rats in these little fungal rat nests. This level is much more generous with the health, so you can make back your damage pretty easily in this level. Also, you probably noticed that the black swamp goop is actually damaging, so you gotta be careful when making jumps over that. It's actually surprisingly easy to land in it. We've got these traps here, these spikes that are just popping up. Let's see, we need some Yellow Eco. These rats are closing in. Let's just, okay, there we go. And shoot this rock to get a Yellow Eco geyser. That'll allow us to keep ourselves charged up and just fire, fire, fire at these rats. Rats will respawn instantly until you destroy their nests, so make sure you're blasting away at those, assuming you don't just want to ignore them. Anyways, heading over here.
Shoot those big boulders holding the tether.
There we go. As you remember from what Samus told us, there are some tethers to that lurker Zeppelin over there. Oh, whoops, I cut off Daxter there. Oh, well, he was probably just saying something like, "See ya!" But yes, each tether we break gets us a power cell. So we've got 4 tethers to break. That's 4 power cells to get from tethers alone. We're gonna do a high jump here. This one's a little tricky to get. This is also one where if you time the uppercut off the ledge like that, we couldn't get the last one though. This is definitely one of the weirder line of Precursor orbs to get here. Let's see here. Can I do it from here? Now. Yeah, as you can see, I kind of killed my momentum there. Let's just see if I can't get it with a high jump from the ledge of this platform. By the way, the platform on the opposite side obviously makes this one sink and rise, or makes this one rise up, as this one we're standing on sinks. Okay. Come on. Oh my goodness. It's a little tough. One thing that's annoying about this game is that the camera movement is very sluggish. I was angled off there. So it can be a little tough to line up the camera for this stuff. Oh god, I'm screwing up so hard trying to get this stupid precursor orb. I can't see it, so I don't know if I'm lined up at all. Ah, dear. This is bad. Let's see here. Let's try from here. No! Jesus Christ, I've had some difficulty getting that orb before, but that is the longest I've ever had to spend on getting it. It's located in a very awkward place, but I eventually got it. I knew I was going to screw something up in the recording. Always happens, but that's fine. You gotta have those fresh experiences to keep the process of playing the game easy. Also, that was stupid. But let's charge up with this blue eco here, hop onto this precursor launch pad, and get into another sequestered section of this area. Let's, oh, come on. That was cheap. He spawned in right on top of me. But that's okay. We just yellow eco up, blast it down, get the blue eco charge back again, and then launch ourselves back. Nothing too complicated yet. Obviously, we got these huge thorn patches here. You want to be careful going over these. Be careful when approaching these poles to do the little gymnastics maneuver. Oh, come on! Everything is just going wrong for me right now. That's okay. That's okay. I feel like such a tool. But, again, it's bound to happen when you're recording. You're just, things you take as a granted, sometimes they do not go your way. So, yes, be careful when trying to jump on this. Actually, maintain forward momentum. Not sure why I didn't have the momentum to clear the thorns there. But, whatever. Over here, get some more yellow eco, break them in these boxes. Yellow eco, I didn't really focus on this too much, but, oh, man. Yellow eco is good for breaking metal boxes, something Jak cannot do on his own. He needs some assistance for that. Over here, got another little bit of gymnastics. Be careful if you're charged up with blue eco here. You'll way overshoot the platforms and end up going into the bog. So, yeah, definitely try to avoid that. It's much better if you come to the section without any blue eco. For once, the crates in Boggy Swamp actually have large green eco clusters for us, so we can pretty quickly restore our health. Over here, we've got another tether. Let's just blast it here, no problem. Get that one going. It is hanging in there. We still got to break the other two tethers.
Wow! Only 2 more tethers.
Indeed, Daxter, indeed. Let's get this over here. Got these frogs here. They're not anything too special, though they do have a deceptively larger range than the animation for their tongue makes it look like. Let's head over here. Got another set, or another yellow eco geyser here. Some metal crates to break. Let's just break all these down real quick. Sorry, I had a hiccup coming in there. Huge stash of metal crates over here with some blue eco in the center so that we can just magnetize all those. Oops, whoops. Got a little careless on what I was doing there. Yes, these platforms do sink, and if you stand on them for too long, you will be dropped into the bog. Don't let that happen. It hurts. It hurts. Also, these things can be surprisingly annoying to jump onto from here. These weird curved outcroppings going into the bog can sometimes kill your forward momentum and make it very easy to fall into the swamp, even if you obviously weren't intending to. Let's grab the spoils from those crates over there, get these. We got a couple things we want to check out here. First, we want to shoot this boulder down. Let's break these dark eco crates. We've got 2 options to launch with this blue eco. Let's take this first one, launch up over here, and, uh-oh, looks like we're heading for trouble.
Look out, Jak! It's an ambush!
And indeed, we've got another ambush. This time, though, we have yellow eco at our disposal, which honestly isn't necessarily a good thing. The best way to handle this fight is to go between the 2 yellow eco orbs and just keep blasting everything. Luckily, the enemies are very, very generous with the health here. We can just keep going forward. You don't want to stay in one place and get surrounded too much. Like I've demonstrated a couple times, oh man, that was unfortunate. The hitbox for Jak's spin attack is very deceptive and doesn't reach quite as far as you'd hope a lot of the time. Fortunately, we were able to handle that pretty well. One bit of mercy the game has is that if you get hit, all the enemies will essentially de-aggro and just start wandering around randomly, as you saw there. Gives you a moment to catch your breath and hopefully get into a more defensible position. Let's head on over here, and we get taken over to another Precursor launch pad, but not enough blue eco in order to use it. Fortunately, the blue eco cluster we need is just right back here. Respawns as soon as our blue eco charge is done, so that is no problem. As you can see, we've made it to the next tether. that. That's a little combo you can do there. Do a dash punch into an uppercut, then a ground pound. Should clear out anything that's in front of you and might wander below you. One of the rare situations that's something we need to worry about. That is tether number 3, and just barely hanging on by a thread at this point. But
Dirigible's barely hanging on. Let's find the last tether.
indeed, Daxter, just as I was about to say, we just have to take out that last tether, and it should be gone. Alright, let's get that blue eco cluster, and once again, get the heck out of here. We're a little over halfway through the level, and we're actually going to come across one of the more interesting aspects of it. Let's head over this way. Let's take out this frog, because he annoys me. Let's take out this rat, because he also annoys me. Kind of screwed up my combo there. And hey!
Hey, there's the Flut-Flut.
Okay, I was expecting somebody to say something, but it was just Daxter pointing out the obvious. But this is Flut-Flut, the bird that we rescued in Sentinel Beach, and very, very rarely we can ride across him, or ride on him Yoshi style. Whoops, I had him headbutt those thorns there. Sorry about that, Flut-Flut. But he's basically our Yoshi of this game, but he is used very, very sparingly. In fact, this is one of 2 instances where Flut-Flut is used, and the other instance is also a relatively short platforming challenge. Here with Flut-Flut, we can go onto these platforms up here, and Flut-Flut, when he jumps, you can, of course, make him flut by holding the jump button in air. This extends his air time a little bit, allows him to go further distances, and now that we've gotten that scout fly over there, we can just use him to quickly maneuver across these platforms. A lot of these platforms are spaced just enough that it's not really feasible that Jak can make them. One annoying thing about Flut-Flut is that he does not have a standing attack, just a dash attack. You can also have him do a dive bomb there, which maybe would have been a better idea. I just didn't think of it. But that's okay. We didn't lose too much progress. As you can see, he can stand in the swamp bog without taking damage, though he will slowly start to sink, so don't let him stand there too quickly. Looks like somebody's house over there. So if you had gotten to this point with Jak, you would have these platforms that are spaced out just enough that without special movement tech, you wouldn't be able to clear it without Flut-Flut. And you'd want to use Flut-Flut anyways, because he's much faster. So that was a quick and relatively easy power cell with Flut-Flut.
Aren't you guys happy you saved our little Flut-Flut friend? She may come in handy again sometime. Now, go back to the transpad, and I'll bring her home.
Okay. If you take Flut-Flut too far from the transpad that you find her on, you'll find that invisible walls have popped up that prevent you from taking her too far into the level, so that's kind of annoying, but also not a big deal, and I get why they might have just wanted Flut-Flut to be sequestered to certain areas, because their unique movement mechanics and higher speed might allow them to clip through areas where they didn't bother to put any collision detection. That is something that I noticed is exactly the case in the speedrun. The second level that Flut-Flut is featured in does in fact feature something like that. Anyway, grabbing the blue eco there, getting this precursor orbs, we've got a ton of dark eco crates, so we just want to maneuver carefully. We also want to break these crates. Of course. Yeah, once again, Jak's weird auto-snapping when he attacks. Not always super agreeable with what you actually want to do. Over here we got some yellow eco. On its own, does not serve much purpose. However, we've got this charming young man over here. Actually, looks a little bit older.
Howdy, friends. Enjoying my beautiful swamp? I own these here parts. Everything that doesn't sink into the mud, that is.
Judging by the smell, I'd wager your bathtub sank in the mud long ago.
What's a bathtub? Anyway, I got bigger problems now. Seems some nasty lurker varmints are grousing about, snatching everything they can get their grubby little paws on, and scaring away my pet hip hog, Farley. He's been missing for nigh on to a coon's age. I've been putting out his favorite snack. Those ornery swamp rats keep stealing them. If you could keep those pesky critters away long enough, I just know Farley will smell them vitals and come back. Will you help me out?
And we've got a minigame, much like the Fisherman's minigame, and this one is pretty widely disliked, for reasons we'll get into.
Good. Those rats will be back any time. Shoot all them rats. Keep them from eating at least one of them snacks.
Note that what he said there was not true at all. If they eat exactly one snack, you lose. I'm guessing that they worded that wrong, but yes, if they eat any of these snacks, you lose. Anyways, we've got a little shooting gallery minigame here, powered by that yellow eco that we saw earlier. We're just placed on top of it and locked into the first-person view. And yes, you can fire yellow eco in first person. That's not used in this level, really, aside from this minigame, but it will come up in a later level. Anyways, the rats will all spawn in from the back, and they will wander in one of three directions. They'll go to the right, they'll go center, or they'll go left. Generally, what you want to do is stick to the center and then just pan the camera over to right and left just to see if anything's getting close. And you generally want to stick to blasting the stuff that's as close as possible, rather than trying to snipe things in the back. Because if you get too caught up in sniping things that are far away, you will definitely let something wander in and devour a snack, and then you'll have to start the whole thing over again. The shooting is quite annoying in first-person view. There's a lot of stagger between when you can fire your shots, and also the first-person view has a pretty rigid control for the camera. You kind of move in lanes rather than having like organic or like fully free looking. It's hard to describe, but basically whenever you move the analog stick in a particular direction, you are committed to moving a certain amount of distance. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you want to stick to the center. Then when you see something in the corner of your eye moving off to the side, you do want to pan over quickly and blast it as it gets close. Don't be afraid to make those quick looks over just to see if something is wandering between the trees in the swamp. One nice thing is that your shots will curve around the trees.
God, you sure know how to shoot. Thanks a heap for the help.
That actually went very well. A lot of people struggle with that minigame because it doesn't control very well, but once you get a feel for it, it's not too bad. As I was trying to say, if you're shooting towards those, not trees, but those pillars that hold up the docks, sometimes your shots will curve around them, particularly on the right side. It'll help you out, and Jack will curve the shot wanted style. But this guy's got his little swamp hippo back, and he is happy. We can move on. We're pretty close to the end of the level now, and this level is one big loop, so once we get to the end, we'll be right back at the start and able to leave right away. Just wanted to take those guys out because they were annoying me. Let's power up on yellow eco here. We don't have to worry about destroying that rat's nest. We can just go ahead and just go flying in with the fireballs. So many things to blast. Just, oh my god, the absolute carnage going on here. This is just horrifying. Look at everything that Jack is doing. I almost feel sorry for the lurkers. Anyways, there's the last scout fly. Here's a bunch of precursor orbs. There is our power cell from the scout flies. Let's grab that. Now we just have to break the tether to get the final power cell and get the remaining precursor orbs, which conveniently are also just past the tether. We've got a big boggy swamp area here, so you want to be a little bit careful when moving along. Remember, it is very easy to undershoot your jump and end up going into the drink, and that is no bueno, no bueno. And, of course, the dock is just blocking my shots there, so I have to do these slow homing shots from the air. Those shots much slower than firing from the ground. Gotta hop up and down on this platform, make sure I don't sink, and grab those precursor orbs with the blue eco charge. Let's just break these open here and get a little bit more health. No more big health restores over here. We're now up by the big tether. Let's just jump over here, head up to this one, and we will get this platform to raise a little bit. High jump, and let's, No, the auto aim is not working. Come on, Jack. There we go. Luckily, I can tell from this angle that I got all the precursor orbs, so that's the big thing. I'm not going to have any more problems with these platforms. Man, I can't believe how much of a hard time I was having. Led Zeppelin. I get it. But, yeah, I can't believe how much of a hard time I was having with the, Oh, what the heck? Oh, God. I've fallen.
That was a giant arm from a precursor robot. I've never seen one in such good condition. I can't imagine what the lurkers wanted with it, but we sure didn't want them to get it. If you keep this success up, nah, you'll still fall short of hero. But keep trying. It's endearing.
The heart of a precursor robot. Interesting. What would the lurkers want with that? Well, I'm sure that's probably nothing. Nothing we need to worry about. Anyways, that is the last power cell in this level. As you can see, we've got a cool 66. More than enough. No! Undershot that jump a little bit. That's okay. If we die in the drink, Daxter does not give us a snide comment. That checkpoint is a little far back, though. Not a big deal. Just kind of annoying, but yeah, I'm sure that precursor robot heart will not come back up as a factor at all. Now we gotta make our way back through this a little bit. Hey, I didn't even notice there was a big, God! There's a big green eco cluster there. I'm screwing everything up. We did have to double back a little bit to charge up on yellow eco. But yeah, one annoying thing about Jak and Daxter is you do not have very much you do not have very much vertical camera control. When you move the analog stick in with or up, you just zoom in a little bit and you zoom out a little bit if you hold down, so it's a bit tough to angle things to see stuff that is above or below you. Very easy to fall into something you don't want to when you're trying to jump to an area below. That usually happens to me a lot in the Lost Precursor City, but it seems I'm having a lot more weird problems with it in Boggy Swamp this time. Anyways, charge up with the yellow eco, get to hear the ridiculously loud explosion sounds from the dark eco crates, and this should be, yes, the last of the Precursor orbs in Boggy Swamp. There was another enemy just posted right down below when I'm not paying attention to try and get me. Fortunately, I was able to react quick enough to get him taken care of that time. We're done with Boggy Swamp. That's pretty good. I don't really like that level that much, but it's whatever. Oh, no. Oh god. Anyways, ow! Yes, he will hop up if he's alerted. But hey, that was a death warp. That was a death warp. But when you're making quick, short form platforming like this, doing the dash punches into uppercuts can be a little bit faster than just doing single jumps. Gives you about the same vertical height and maintains your momentum pretty well on top of that. Anyways, we've got all the power cells we need to power up the Blue Eco Sage's laser, which will remove that boulder and allow us to get up to the mountain pass and hopefully deal with that giant lurker up there. So, next time, we will have a boss level, we'll have another interconnecting zoomer level to get to the next hub area, and of course we'll have the next hub area itself. Should be a grand old time. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.